Around the SEC, brought to you by Precision Chemical and Equipment. Come check out our selection of Exmark, Yazoo Keys, and Dixon zero-turn radius mowers, located 1/2 mile south of Siegen on Airline Highway. The South Carolina Gamecocks.
The NCAA has accused South Carolina athletes of receiving $55,000 worth of impermissible benefits and recruiting inducements, getting reduced hotel rates for their involvement in a Delaware-based mentoring organization. The NCAA has requested South Carolina respond by December 14th. Steve Spurrier, among those asked to meet with the Committee on Infractions. The NCAA, you'll remember, began this investigation last summer when they spoke with former tight end Wesley Saunders about potential contact with agents during that trip to Miami. Instead, the NCAA found Saunders and several other athletes living in the Whitney Hotel for a reduced rate. This has all started coming out since then. The NCAA also alleges that South Carolina failed to monitor the hotel and the Student Athlete Mentoring Foundation. That's the organization that had links with these players as well. So South Carolina officially on notice from the NCAA.
The Alabama Crimson Tide.
Barrett Jones started at left tackle in each of Alabama's first 3 games, but against North Texas over the weekend, he also played right tackle for much of the game and center as well. He practiced yesterday at left tackle with true freshman Cyrus Kwanjo still as the backup, but Nick Saban indicated if something happened to any offensive lineman, Jones would move to that position and Kwanjo would play left tackle. Also, no new news Monday on wide receiver Deron Carter, the JUCO transfer, still not certified by Alabama, so he can play. The Carter watch continues.
The Arkansas Razorbacks.
The importance of Arkansas's SEC opener this weekend at Alabama came through vividly yesterday. Bobby Petrino said his coaching staff directed their practices during the first week of school as if they were preparing for the Crimson Tide. Arkansas did the same thing the last couple of years with Georgia, who was their first SEC opponent, as their focus. So clearly a big game for the Razorbacks when they visit Bryant-Denny this weekend, and they will have Greg Childs and Jarius Wright, both wide receivers, expected to be ready for the opener. Wright was cleared to run with the team on Sunday after banging up his knee. Childs left the team after the death of his grandmother. Questions still, though, regarding defensive end Jake Beckett, who suffered a hamstring injury the first quarter of the game against New Mexico, did not dress last week. He is listed as day-to-day.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
Mark Richt indicated tailback Isaiah Crowell aggravated his injured ribs against Coastal Carolina because he didn't wear the special rib protection padding that Georgia had made for him. Crowell admits he hurt his ribs, but it wasn't from a hit. Quote, "I just twisted the wrong way. I hurt them myself, really. I'll be ready for next week." Crowell is expected to wear the rib protector, though, this week against Ole Miss.
The Kentucky Wildcats.
Joker Phillips was asked about disgruntled fans at his news conference yesterday and said, quote, "I have the same concerns. We're trying to get them fixed. Certainly a sputtering offense has led to the fan vexation. Through 3 games, Kentucky's 100th in scoring offense, 92nd in rush offense, 111th in total offense. This should help, though. Their beleaguered offensive line got pretty good news on the injury front. Tackle Billy Joe Murphy ran on his injured ankle yesterday. Guard Larry Warford is day-to-day after his ankle sprain, but should play against Florida. Meanwhile, on the defensive side, safety Taedo Smith should know about his status by midweek, and receiver Gene McCaskill came out of the Louisville game but should be available against Florida as well, so Kentucky is getting healthier.
The Auburn Tigers.
Auburn took its usual off day Monday. They returned to the field this afternoon for practice, and they'll do so with more of an emphasis on getting the ball to freshman quarterback Kyle Frazier. He played more against Clemson than in the first 2 games, and when Gene Chizik was asked if Frazier's role would expand, he said, quote, "I hope that it can. Expanding the role in the offense is something we certainly want to be able to do." Chizik said the key is Frazier getting better at understanding what Auburn's trying to do and continuing to grow and mature as a player.
The Vanderbilt Commodores.
How about this? Vandy getting some respect, receiving votes in the national polls this week for the first time since 2008. Vandy leads the nation in interceptions with 10. They're 10th in overall defense, tops in the SEC in turnover margin. Certainly has started for Vandy on the defensive side of the ball. But this week, South Carolina may not even feel the need to test Vandy's stout secondary. Marcus Lattimore averages 178 yards rushing a game. Look for a pretty steady dose of number 21 when the Gamecocks play host to the Commodores this weekend. There you have it. That is around the SEC.